Hey everybody, welcome back to D Game. We talked a little bit about at the beginning about certain things we have to do to be attractive to women. One is to have confidence in yourself. Now, how to build confidence in yourself, that is a huge thing. The same men and women think differently, see things differently, and are attracted to different things. Us, primarily, we like looks. That's what we want. That's what we like. Women, their deal is confidence. It's very high up. Confidence will encompass everything, and we'll get to later in another show exactly why that, what is all encompassing in that. But today we're talking about building confidence, how to. So the number one thing is there is a very fine line between confidence and arrogance. There's arrogance is you're gonna lose out every time, but you can push the confidence right to the limit. But you don't want to be on the beginning end of the confidence level. If if you know what I'm saying, it'll still work a little bit, but you have to push up. You know, to where you're not arrogant, but you'll handle yourself very well. And, but don't cross that line. The moment you cross that line, it's kind of a douche. Nobody wants a douche, right? So some of the things that we can do, we'll touch on here. Some of it might sound stupid, but it works. Um, and you just got to pick where you're at in life. Okay, you may be whether you're 18 to 25 and don't have a lot of experience with women, don't have a lot of uh, uh, confidence in yourself, or relationships really haven't worked out, or haven't had a lot of girlfriends, or whatever the situation is, or you're 35, 38, 40, whatever, and been married and out of the game for a long time, and now you find yourself divorced and single, or women attracted to you. If you're older, younger, doesn't matter. Yes, women will date across. Generally, they won't date younger than them, other than maybe a year or two. But even then, it's kind of rare. But they will date across. If you're 23, they'll date 23. If you're 28, they'll date 28. But women also will date if you're 40. Will be a 28, 30-year-old that will definitely be interested in you. You just have to hold yourself a certain way to be able to do it, which where confidence comes in. If you are not confident, you are going to have a very, very hard time uh, attracting women. Now, there is tricks and ways to build your confidence, and the more confidence you have, over time it builds and builds, and this just becomes you. You got to figure out who you are and what you uh, like to be. I mean, everybody likes to see the movie characters that are, you know, dead on 1,000% confident, and they're all macho and masculine and doing all this stuff. And okay, you don't really have to push it that far. Okay, you don't have to like change your whole being. You just have to be very sure of yourself in a lot of ways. So the the idea of confidence is this: women tend to want to look up to the guy they have. They want to uh, be the follower. They want you to lead them, guide them, have advice for them. Because women don't think the same way we do. They're thinking 1,000 miles an hour and second guessing everything they do. So it is extremely attractive to them if their guy is very confident. The catch all to that is if you are not confident in yourself, how are they going to be confident in you to lead them? So if you are not confident, you will not be able to. You will be able to find some. I'm not saying there's no women out there, but you will have a harder time, and you will probably attract a lesser woman. So you got to with the not to use that. If you are very confident in yourself, you're sure of yourself. Like take this uh, scenario of you going up to a woman, you approach her, cold approach, don't know her, and you are shaking because you're nervous, or your voice is quivering, or you have your hands in your pockets, or the conversation comes to a spot and you don't know what to say. Okay, that's going to be a huge turnoff for her. She's going to know right away you are not confident in yourself, and how can she be confident in you to lead the relationship? So you got to understand that this is the way women perceive things, and this is the way the world is, regardless of what society tries to tell us. This is the truth. Women will never really. I mean, they'll tell you that confidence is attractive. Most of them will. The others will say that it's attractive, but they don't want to be led. All the yada yada yada. Yada. You don't ever believe exactly what women say when it comes to attraction, because they don't even know what they're attracted to, because they are attracted to men that have zero clue what we're interested in. So because they just don't have to try, all they have to be is there. They have to look good, maybe dress nice, maybe do nice makeup. Boom, that's it. They just stand there and men come to them. So you got to understand that it's a big thing of you know they don't know because they've never had to. Okay, we have to know because we're the ones that have to attract them. We have to go up to them. We have to be something. We can't just stand there and expect a woman to walk up to us. It doesn't happen. Now, if you got status and clout and all that stuff, you don't even need these videos because you already know for the most part what you can do, and women are coming to you all the time anyway. So things you can do that are going to help you build confidence in yourself. For one, no one's out of your league. And if you look at a beautiful woman, you're like, wow, she's hot, da, da, da. But she's out of my league. No, she's not out of your league. There's no one that is out of your league. You you have to believe that and understand that everyone is not out of your league. Anyone is a possibility. Now, in your certain situations or your situation now, she might be unattainable, right? But if you get to a certain level, she's obtainable. So you gotta, if you believe that and understand that, then you know that everybody is in your league. It doesn't really matter. So you just have to get yourself there. And the ways to get yourself there for the confidence is for one, sounds stupid, I know, but it's simple, easy. Uh, every day, when you're in doing self care, whatever it is, just look at yourself in the mirror and tell yourself that you're somebody. You're worth it. You're good. Whatever it is that you need to hear, just tell yourself 3 or 4 times. Just do it every day. And you will notice there's off of that alone, there's going to be a little bit of difference because you'll believe it because you'll think about it. But if you don't say anything negative about yourself, don't think negative thoughts because there's no point. You know, negative thoughts are a waste of time. It's like worrying. It does absolutely no good, and there is no benefit to it in any way. So a simple thing like that will help. It sounds ridiculous, but it's private. You do it for a week or two, you'll notice the difference. Another thing is you can talk to women in your everyday life, right? Now, I'm not saying talk to your mother or talk to your coworker, that you normally talk to or you normally interact with all the time. I'm saying like, you're at the convenience store and the lady behind the counter, strike up a conversation. Only has to be 30 seconds, a minute, two, whatever it is, fast food place, restaurant, grocery store, whatever it is. Just start talking, and you will be surprised how receptive people are. One, they're working, so they're supposed to be nice to you, so they will talk back, even if it's fake, and they're doing it just because they have to. It will still build confidence over time. It'll make it easier on you. So do things like that, and don't worry about it. Say something weird, say something strange, or just mental note. Don't do that again. Can't talk to that one. I'll go to this other one, talk to them. Whatever the deal is. So you're not going to be perfect right off the bat. Um, then you can start working out. I mean, if you aren't, that's another part of attraction is fitness. But if you start working out, that'll build confidence alone because you will start looking better and you'll feel better about yourself. More you feel better and look better, the more quote you think nobody's out of your league, right? So if you do that, that will help a ton. Uh, you want to do better at work. Instead of going to work and dealing with, just getting through the day and you're just waiting to do this, we can go home and do this, and you don't want to be there and blah, blah, blah. Just start focusing on work a little bit. Do uh, try to do that little bit of extra. Make sure you get your job just right. Make sure you follow all the rules and the parameters. Just because you're following, uh, the rules and doing your stuff proper does not mean you are submissive and all that stuff. No, you're just doing exactly what you agreed to, which is, uh, you know, holding up your word that you said you were going to do, and that's being a man. You say you're going to do something, you do it. Go to do a job, do it the way it's supposed to be done, the best of your ability, as fast as you can. And when you do better at work, there's a lot of things that are going to come from it. You'll end up probably getting a promotion. You'll end up probably be recognized. You'll probably maybe get a raise. Um, at least that will build confidence in yourself too. So understand that there's all this is going to tie together eventually. Okay, in separate videos. So and then you got to worry about us as men. To be honest, we lack a lot on like self care. I mean, looks, mm, you know, aren't the biggest thing for us. Yeah, you want to look all right, but take that little extra time and start giving yourself self care. Look into things that you've been thinking about. Go to the doctor, go to the dentist, or whatever it is. Just start start doing something just a little different, and, once you like it, you'll feel better about yourself. Again, that will build confidence. Go out and buy new clothes. Maybe something that you've been wanting that you see, whether it's in the magazines or on TV or somebody walking on the street or a friend or a boss or whatever the deal is. And yeah, buy something. You know, just find your look. Try to do something a little different. As long as you like it, just don't buy any wild stuff that you don't like. But When you look good, you'll feel good. Again, that will build confidence in yourself. So there's a lot of little things you can do that will build, uh, confidence if you do this. And there's more. Everything that I said, once you do it, will build to more. And it all ties together to other things that we'll get to in later videos that are traction triggers. And it will become, it'll all come full circle. Okay. But this is a major thing. If you don't feel good about yourself, it doesn't matter what the rest of it is, it's all going to fall apart. Okay. I know it's tough. I know women, destroy us sometimes, and they do it on purpose, and or they do it on purpose, not knowing just how bad it is. Okay, because they don't know what it's like to be a guy. Okay, so just understand they are just women. They're not really that important. Okay, what's really important is you to get to be the best you can be, and then yeah, women can come later, and then like I say, once you're the best, they can come and they can go just as fast. Okay, so if you know, I understand rejection sucks. It does. There's always going to be um, a lot of feelings and stuff like that, but we have to fight through it. Honestly, for me, rejection's a good thing. It's I feel men need to be rejected to a certain extent. If you never get rejected, you never really build on yourself. So if you get rejected, great, wonderful, who cares? Moving on to the next one. Because that's the crazy thing about women, and a lot of guys know it, but haven't ever really thought about it like this. A woman, let's say, walking down the street or wherever, say, you walk up, meet her, and introduce yourself. If she wants nothing to do with you, won't even say a word, and gives you the stink eye and walks away, right? We've all had it. We're all been scared of it one time or another. Okay, that same woman, if you met her the day before, might have talked to you because she was in a different mood or a different feeling or a different mindset. Or 2 days before, you might have went out with her. You have no idea. It just never worry about uh, women when they reject you. It's like a permanent thing because women are so wishy washy and back and forth. It doesn't even matter. So just understand it's just you approach her at the wrong time, which who cares? It's not that big of a deal. But don't ever stop. Keep doing it. You know, just you get because you get rejected, whatever, it happens. But don't be creepy and go back. I'm not saying to go back and keep hitting on the same one. I'm not saying to go through the entire store you're in or the bar, or club, or whatever, and hit on every woman in there. But yeah, there's nothing wrong with hitting on one, not work out, go hit on another, don't work out. Maybe maybe a third, depends on how big the place is. And if that works out great, wonderful. If it don't, well, head to the next place and try it a couple times. But don't give up and understand that certain things you say or do, you can say anything you want. You just have to be able to be confident enough and say it in the right way and be smooth, which we'll get to in future videos. I can't get to everything, otherwise we'll be talking for 3 weeks straight. But uh, one thing, the example to kind of explain this to you, I was at the club with friends. We were hanging out, and there was another set of guys. I think it was four. There might have been five, and they were hanging out doing their thing. One kept looking over. I could, everybody people watches. So I looked over, seeing that he was looking at this gal, and they're kind of talking back and forth with a couple of his friends about her. And about 15 minutes later, he walked over and talked to her. Which kudos for him, man. That's the way to do it. Uh, even though you can kind of see what was going on if you've got a you've approached women before, you've seen it, you've done it, you kind of know off of body language what's going on, and you kind of see what he's saying to her, and it didn't go well, let's just say. And she wasn't mean or nothing, but just didn't really, wasn't really receptive to it. So he got shot down. Like, whatever happens. And so he goes back over to his friends, and like all guys, you know, we just start roasting him, right? Giving him crap. I if I would, I'd do the same thing. I get the same thing, so I give the same thing. Uh, but there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, guys will be guys. That's the way we talk and deal with each other. But the thing that didn't go well, that I didn't really that can't be happening, is they never quit. It went on for hours and hours. Well, at least an hour. And he never went and approached anybody else. And neither did the guys that were roasting him because they were scared. They they just didn't want rejection. They just got done roasting this guy for an hour. Well, he's not going to go back out, right? Well, neither are the other guys that were roasting him because they're not going to take a chance of getting rejected and have an hour with the roasting again. They're just not going to do it. So I don't feel that that's all right. A little bit, yeah. Of course, you got to give the guy shit. You know, you got to. Um, but then you build him up and get him back out there, or you go and take your turn, whatever the deal is. But don't. If you're around people like that that will, will roast you for being trying for building yourself to try to well try and get a woman. I mean, there's nothing wrong with talking to women. Uh, if you are around people that do that um, an overextent, then you need to go find some new friends. 'Cause it's never going to change. That's the type of people they are, and you're never going to get them out of it. You know, they just never really had anybody to teach them. Just like a lot of people these days are, you know, raised from single mothers households, which nothing wrong with. But they never had a father figure to um, teach them these things, to instill confidence in themselves, to let them know what men actually are supposed to be, or not. If he did have a father figure, maybe he was busy. Maybe he wasn't around as much as today. There's tons of demand. I'm not saying it's the way it's supposed to be, but hey, it's nobody's perfect, right? But just understand that if you work on these things the way it is, you will get a lot better. You will. It doesn't happen overnight. It's not like you're gonna wake up one day and just, hey, I'm, perfect. I'm confident, and you can go out and do all these things. But over time, you will get better and better and better, and you will notice a difference in women. All right. Are you gonna get rejected? Yes, guaranteed. Even when you got confidence, even when you figured all this out, even when you are the man, you're going to get rejected. Some of the best guys out there that have the best game and approach a lot of women, and they, are millionaires and they're this and they're that. They only like really hit the number maybe 15% of the time. So out of every 100 women they approach, 15, 20 of them they get numbers from. So it's a numbers game. It really is. So don't worry about rejection. Rejection is only going to make you better. Sucks. I know it sucks, but it's the truth. You just have to work through it, understand and accept it. Simple things like you'll get to the point instead of it hurting you and it bothering you, which everybody goes through, and it's not easy. But instead of hurting it and bothering you, you're like, whatever. You'll turn to a friend and start talking to a friend right in front of her. But you'll be very interesting. You'll be very direct. You'll be very confident in yourself. She will find you attractive. And if she finds you attractive, the one that just rejected you was mad that she didn't give you a shot. So just understand it will turn. It will get better. And so if you're young, don't worry about it. You will build. You will build more and more and more throughout your life. If you are older and back on the dating scene and you're worried about, well, women ain't going to find me attractive and older, that's a lie. Because they date, you know, 20 years difference in age, 15 years, 10 years, all the time. Women like older men that have their shit together. So, first thing you got to do is make sure you get your shit together. Make sure you've got you're confident and look good the best you can, and then you just have to keep working on yourself to make sure you got confidence. So that's what we're going to talk about today. We will get into more of it next time, but at least I hope the video helped you out. Thank you for stopping. Make sure you like and subscribe. We will continue doing a lot of things, and this is very complex, so it's going to be a lot of fun either way. So thank you for stopping. Later.